Good evening. It's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot, here to bring you messages of direction for your best and highest good using the energies of the daily moon cycle and also the energetics of the planetary bodies that are aspecting around us. So, if you do find anything useful in today's message, let me know that by hitting the like button for me, leaving a comment, and of course, joining us in the chat for our messages. I'm going to go ahead and cleanse our space here. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for joining in tonight. I'm going to be doing a general reading. And to celebrate my birthday, I'm going to be pulling some cards for you all. So jump on in the fun and let's see where we go with today's messages. We do have the energy of the Justice card here because today's date adds up to 38 when you add the June plus the 23 of today. That's the Hierophant energy for a 5, then 2025, which would be a 9. So angel number 659. Up at the top of the chat, you will find the angel number. There's a link to my community posts where you can check out how I've laid out all the energetics, hopefully in an easy way for you to interpret the energies with. That is my intention. I get to be teachery. So when we take that 11 of the Justice energy and add 1 plus 1, we get a 2. So High Priestess energy coming in strong, especially with the Sun in Cancer energies. And we did have a very early morning square, you guys, with the Sun and Neptune. So this energy today, we should be really tied into our imagination. That is going to help us download those messages and really tap in to the energies when we're in that. So, hi guys, thank you so much. Thank you. I had to count on my fingers to figure out how old I was this year. So, it's such a weird thing. If you've already seen my post, it's just such a weird thing trying to navigate grief and then remembering to also celebrate. So luckily I had friends to help me do that over the weekend. Got to see some old-timey classic cars cruising by as we had some delicious wine up in Delaware. So that was loads and loads of fun. And some live music too. So which was also fun. It's been a hot minute. So hi guys, how are you? Thank you again so much for coming in. Let's see what else here I wanted to tell you about. Where the sun is today. The Sabian lesson is about facing up to challenges pragmatically, yet with ardent determination. Okay, so that lesson is going to be squaring or challenging us, right? If you can picture two energies on either side of this, for example, and they are pushing at the same intensity. So that square doesn't go anywhere. So that's how we learn through challenges. And I'm just noticing that I didn't even think about putting any makeup on. So you just have to have Angie Naked face tonight. Okay. It is squaring with the Aries energy. And that lesson is about seeing ourselves in the context of being in relation to others. So again, we're looking up how to face challenges very practically, but with determination. And then we're going to do that through challenges. Maybe we might have a hard time seeing someone else's perspective or point of view. And also right now with that Juno energy of relationships, that is all going to be about freeing ourselves from limiting patterns of belief because we have that energy sitting in Scorpio right now. So water signs, I know it's we've been feeling it. So we all have that trine of water in your chart, remember, and wherever that is sitting for you may be where you're feeling these challenges, and then that's going to make a square. Your Cancer energy will square off with that Aries energy. So those two houses might be having some wars. Okay, they might be having some war. So let's see where we go here. I want to see what our overall energy is going to be. It's going to get a quick general reading here. And if you guys would love to let me know in the chat box for my birthday, I'm going to be pulling some cards for you individually. So let me know there if you would like a 3-card standard. You can simply ask your question, or you can just say general. Give me a little heart there so that I can see who is wanting a question, and I'll scroll back through without my glasses and get those out for you. So that is a birthday joy for me to be here doing this with you all. And I didn't realize I was going to go live till last second here, especially with Angie Naked Face. So thanks for staying. Dawn, speaking of Cancerian birthdays, how are you? Happy birthday to all the other Cancers out there as well. Miss Monique and Judy, thank you, Peg. Thanks, Jonna. Thank you guys so much for being here. I just texted you, Miss Peggy, too. So that's right. I forgot. Yeah, we were 1 or 2 days apart. That's right, Peg. Your sister and I forgot about that. They were that close. Miss Brandy, and of course Dawn. And I just want to make sure. Hey, Miss Kath, thank you guys again so much for coming on in here. I appreciate you so very much. Well, you're beautiful too, Miss Moni. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Let's see where we go here today. I'm going to try my best to go through a quick general reading. You know how I take my time because I'm nosy and I like to dig, but I want to get to the fun stuff for me, which is reading for you guys. So all right. Eye of the Needle, intentionality. So in my write-up, again, posted at the top of the chat, if you want to follow along, I talked about how today and tomorrow, we're going to be cycling very quickly through Gemini energy of the moon. Remember, that's the 8, 9, 10 of swords. So needle is a sword, right? Intentionality. Now we had to spend a whole month of it with the sun in Gemini. And I was like, you know what? After I posted that, I was like, those are tough cards. Even Knight of Swords can be tough cards. It's Gemini energy. And our emotions are going to be going through that, right? So I think with that square today, as long as we are very intentional about the message that we want to say or speak, or maybe we want to learn something new. Swords are all about in our minds. It's like the mind's eye, then connected to that High Priestess energy. It is a 17 card, so it may have to do with some kind of wish fulfillment and tethering yourself, or maybe sewing yourself back into that intention. And mean what you say and say what you mean here. And I'm not sure who this may be for, but who's the redhead singer? It's the Dancing in the Dark one. You Look Perfect Tonight. Is that a song for anyone? So let me know. That's what's flooding through to me right now. And on the bottom of the deck, we have skywriting, the fates. So beautiful energy here. So being very intentional, even with our thoughts, because our thoughts become things, and our words become things very quickly in that kind of energy. Now, interestingly, I had to peek. Underneath that, we've got some Wheel of Fortune energy. So what that is showing me is that for those of you who have taken the time and spent the energy of healing and balancing your own divine inner feminine and masculine energies, that's how the Wheel of Fortune gets activated. That's how divine timing gets activated. So it looks like whoever this message is for tonight, with the 90 or 49 being a 13 of rebirth. And then we have this 23 energy on this card in particular, being the Wheel of Fortune. That's a 5 of change. So let's be very, very intentional with our thoughts here. Again, it's tough energy to go through that for a month, but then it's like, okay, we got the 8, 9 of Swords, we got the Knight of Swords for Gemini energy, but I was like, maybe it's because the Lover's card, the Power card, that's like one of the favorites of everyone. So you had to, that's the balance of that energy out. Now, this is a brand new deck. It's one of my birthday decks, and the first time I've ever mixed my energy. So when she was here, we combined our energy since it was a gift for her. And boy, did we get some messages because I was asking about what our last past life was about together. And we got Justice, today's energy at the bottom of the deck. And like I just said, with that 13 energy, there's that death and rebirth card. We've got the truth of those swords, intentionality. Didn't that happen last time, you guys, with the bottom of the deck? Now, we shuffled and shuffled and shuffled because I like having my cards ready for the next reading. And Queen of Swords right there on top of that. So, yeah, Six of Cups energy, a bit of nostalgia. Um, Again, these are the bottom of the deck. So that's going to be something or someone coming back from the past into our present to affect our future. And it feels like you've learned that discernment lesson, though, here. So be very intentional about what needs to change, it looks like, in order for this to grow. And then we've got truth here balancing this transformation. Okay. So maybe this is someone coming into you to let you know how they have changed. And then we've got this beautiful, creative Queen of Wands energy with the sun of this happiness. Okay. So with that Queen of Wands, and I was talking about sowing your words. So like reaping what we sow, that can also be creatively needle patchwork. The was look if you have not seen the show on Netflix was that Netflix where it was the prisoners that were making quilts, and they would donate them. So kids that were homeless would send in and request their favorite colors of quilts, and these guys got so into it, and it was just so cool to watch them create and the amount of pride that they had at being able to give back to others, and it was just beautiful. So again, using that creative energy here to help us tap into that third eye of the High Priestess. All right, so whoever this message is for, speaking of Knight of Swords, you guys are also speaking some kind of truth. So this is a two-way conversation here, and the situation is the King of Swords. Very interesting. So, this situation is all about truth. The kings are the ones that send out their knights. So, I don't know if you are being the bearer of some kind of news that either might have someone up in their head, or maybe this is an opportunity here in the number 3 position to clear away, like I was saying, with that opposing energy of the outside energies coming towards you. Maybe this is a chance for you to kind of clear up something old and step into something new. We've got fate energy all over the place here, so that would not surprise me one bit. Now, in the recent past here, if you are the one delivering this news as the Knight of Swords, with that intentional, being very intentional about what you wish and what you want to achieve. What is the end goal here for you? Maybe you just weren't sure here in the past, or maybe you were just too busy to think about it. It's my doing the most card, where I always picture the professional plate spinner, going from, at the circus act, starting the first plate going, getting all the plates going, but then having to run back and restart it so the plates don't fall. And maybe you're just saying here, it could be like, I don't want to be doing the most here. I either need some help. or you're just not willing to be the savior of all here for everyone. Okay. Facing up to challenges pragmatically with ardent determination. So, is it really practical to be doing the most when it takes a toll on your own sense of self? Okay. Doing the most was causing some confusion here, guys. So, there's something that is very unclear. The heart of the reading is about some kind of truth that was hidden in the moon. Okay. Wow. Near future, magician energy. Now, instead of spinning all the plates and doing the most, now we're looking at four aces of potential energy here. The world is your oyster. And again, heavy Gemini and air energy in this reading so far. Lots of swords, plus this magician here in the near future. King of Swords as the situation could have to do with an Aquarius. Doesn't have to be, could have to do with something that occurred in Aquarian time. All right. Speaking of the balance of those tough energies being the lovers in the resistance position, that's read in reverse here. So, not making some kind of choice. Okay. In the recent past, because you're just either too busy to think about it, or we were busying ourselves so that we wouldn't have to think about it. You'll have to let me know which way that is for you. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. Victory is afoot with this intentionality, guys. Six of Wands here. And King of Swords. I don't know if this has been like a sparring neighbor kind of thing. I've never gotten that energy before with that, but it could be literally anything. This is about a truth that is very important to you. And I feel like I want to tell you not to fly off the handle here. You've been warned. You've been warned. I don't want anybody flying off the handle. Let's see what we got here as far as outcome energy. You're not. It's the Empress. You're bossing up and you are understanding that, hey, by not doing the most for everyone, I can actually take care of my damn self here for once. Okay, so you're bringing some kind of peace to whatever this harsh, I was getting ready to say harsh truth, and there's the Three of Swords. So whatever this is going to be surrounding here, Two of Cups. Yeah. So what was blocked is either you not making a choice in the past, but with this intentionality, I feel like that is how you're going to achieve victory. But because the King of Swords being the situation, this is all about understanding your truth so that you can know the truth, you see the truth, and you won't settle for anything but. And maybe you're just being honest about your truth here. Especially maybe you want to take some things kind of slow with this Two of Cups energy here, bookending the Empress because of this heartbreak of the past. You haven't been ready yet. It's been a long battle here as far as your own personal truths. And it looks like this is the chance for you to take yourself out of that Eight of Swords energy here. Okay. And I did say this is the final crescendo because we got the balsamic moon in Gemini, certainly with all these swords. My word. Let me see here. Eight of Swords plus the ace as the opportunity coming in, truth coming in about an end of a situation, and you got the justice energy here fueling this Knight of Swords, guys. So you've got the truth on your side. You just need to speak it, okay? And I wouldn't be afraid. I wouldn't be afraid to speak this. It seems as if Spirit's going to reward you here with this Sun card coming in after such a hard time regarding your emotions. If you've got a lot of water, that air energy is definitely not easy to experience as the sun was trekking through those 8, 9, and 10 of swords. Today's moon is the Eight of Swords moon. So that first 10 degrees of Gemini. Let me go ahead and clarify. There's the Ace of Wands here. Woo! Uh, got the your magic stick, and again that creative energy here is back on the table. Let me see what you might be up in your head about here. Seven of Wands that was in reverse, so these are all upright. Now, Seven of Wands is about, it's my Tom Petty, standing your ground, taking the high road. Okay. That is pushing back and facing up to the challenges of where the sun is today. So, Seven of Wands in reverse, Eight of Swords. This has been bothering you that you haven't said your truth here. You haven't spoke your piece. More swords. Good gravy here. You haven't stood your ground, but there's some kind of truth coming in this news. But this time, instead of instead of pushing back or not saying anything, just being in a prison of your mind about it, you're tapping into this bookending Empress energy. And it looks like you are really trying to get out of the dualistic thinking of this or that of Gemini and stepping into a more healthy this and that are true. Okay. So, again, some kind of news regarding Wheel of Fortune in the environmental energy twice. So, guys, this is a change of fate. It could even be this person is claiming they're ready, some kind of a new start. They see you glowing up from the flow up and they like what they see here. Okay. Like it was kind of like feeling like a little bit of happiness denied energy perhaps in the past. Okay, let's see what else here. Ten of Cups, the truth, the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn about your Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is all the people that you love and care about and that care and about and love you. And because of this balanced energy, your balanced energy, especially if you're heavy on the divine feminine side, that is the only thing that will shift the energetics outside of us is the yin and yang balance within. Okay. So whoever I'm speaking to has been working pretty hard on that. You've been surrounding yourself with a lot of love here. And I think you're about ready to stand your ground here on something. All right. Maybe that's what our questions can be about. I can certainly answer that for you if you're putting a heart in the chat box to let me know that you'd like me to check out what this Ten of Cups is all about. Somebody that you know here. Page of Swords is the freshman of the pages. They're the researcher, the learner. This could be someone telling you what they've learned. If this energy is some kind of divorce energy or divorce ourselves from an old behavior or old thought patterns, they want you to know about it. Very creative energy here. Very creative energy. Let me see if I can get any more on why the Lover's position is blocked. Maybe you felt like you had no choice or you didn't have time enough to make a choice. And then I'll pause and pop in and check in with you guys. You guys know once I get on my get into the reading there. That's yeah. Okay. So the Lover's card is in reverse because of some kind of ending. This is the sun coming up after this release. So in my notes today, I talked about the balsamic moon, its last gasps before the light completely turns out to the new moon. You're tempering this energy. You're taking the lead of this pain, turning it into gold. You are turning that knowledge into wisdom. And that balance is what's turning this wheel of fate, you guys. And you're coming out on top here. You're transforming some kind of heartbreak here into knowledge and wisdom, maybe you're helping somebody that you already love and care about that's coming to ask for advice about how you did it. Let's see what's fueling that energy. More reunion energy. Yeah, celebration. Maybe someone has been down in the dumps and they're wanting to let you know that they've transformed. They're ready to fly. I believe it's time for me to fly again. We shall see. Let me know in the description box there. I'm glad to see that, though. And then the Page of Wands throwing caution to the wind for this new beginning, and especially in any kind of creative way that you can do that. Maybe you just need to say it in a different way. Let's check out a little bit more of the Eye of Intentionality from our Shaman's Dream Oracle here. Again, the 17 card, somehow connected to wish fulfillment. Let me know if anybody's sewing too. Oh, yeah, the quilting for it's so neat. If you have not seen that, it is really, really neat. Oh my gosh, Dawn. So speak of the queens, when Monica and I were pulling together and we combined our energy and these cards, and I was showing her how I welcome a new deck in, how I go through and sage and bless the deck. And boy, do we get some powerful messages. And I asked a question for her after I pulled the two sides of the read. She got the Queen of Swords. I asked a question for me, and I got Wands, Cups, and Pentacles all in a row. I've never had that happen. Oh, Bob, thanks for coming in. It was 96 here today, so I can do without the that high heat, especially with how humid it is. So if you look through, clarity and positive outcomes, what I say. So if you look through the eye of a needle, what do you see? Summon the experience of being so singularly focused on the task ahead that it becomes natural to remove everything that is superfluous, every distraction, every non-essential, so you succeed. What is, in this case, the definition of success? Is this where maybe you guys, your definition of success can change, or this person's definition has changed? This and that can be true. You're seeing each other's side, maybe even. So, in order for the threading of the needle to happen, everything not in alignment with your goals needs to go. This is the only way you'll get what you need. Shrewd discernment. Wow. Okay. Super cool. Well, you definitely hear no more juggling the most, guys, especially about past situations. Okay. Let's see. The eye of the needle looks so tiny, but once your intention threads through it, a vast opportunity is presented on the other side. The Empress energy, all four queens. The needle can mend, sew things together, and make something meaningful and new. You're experiencing success right now, so stay true to your desires, to the work you need to accomplish, so that you are laser focused on the experience of creating and manifesting. The outcome is assured by divine forces. Skywriting in the face. If that's not beautiful and doesn't line up with the Sabian symbol of that Cancer energy today, I don't know what does. You're definitely facing up to some kind of challenge with sheer determination. Okay. So I'm very, very happy to see that, you guys. I'm going to scroll back through and look for hearts. Feel free to ask me a question, or I can just pull cards for you, and I can see what needs healed, soothed, what maybe you're surrendering to. And we're going to start off with Miss Brandy, our fine girl. All right. I know you got a lot of fire energy in you, so I'll be pulling the fire deck here with the dang Ace of Swords on the bottom. Some kind of diplomacy here coming at you, of truth. King of Cups energy, some kind of healing here with the Four of Swords. and someone's made a judgment call perhaps here, Brainy. Let's see. I'm going to do 3 cards in the bottom cards, so I'll read those as center, left, right. Your flyer, or what's crowning you. Here, the Ace of Wands, like we saw in the reading. Okay. And then right up on the top, the Magician, near future energy of the reading, and moving into calmer waters. So it looks like passion is being offered, or you're just in a very creative flow here yourself, Brandy. There's a 6 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which would be fueling that Ace of Wands. That's where Mercury is sitting right now, at 18 degrees 01 this morning of Taurus. That's going to be the second deacon. And in this deck, we do see that there are 3 pentacles here and a cross, but there's this other pentacle you might not know about, or you want to make sure you're using discernment about. If this is a contract coming at you for something that you create, make sure that you've read the fine print here. If someone's offering you, for example, money for the beautiful things that you create and have been showcased on the Thursday art subscriber art spotlight, but definitely something creative there. You just in general might be feeling like you getting your groove back here, girl. Stella getting her groove back energy, and you might be feeling just hyper intuitive at the moment yourself. Whoever this is, they're pretty good looking, and here they come offering a cup of love. That horse is standing still. So again, check the fine print. They do want, if this is another person for you, they see all 4 aces of potential and want to bring some kind of an issue back to calmer waters. And that's a big asterisk orange boat there. Today is a 2-day, which is the sacral chakra, creativity. So that's also where our fears are stored. And in this deck, I love because this is the Souls on Fire deck, MJ's Soulful Revolution deck here. He's got tulips on his magician's robe, which is the old school DM version of how you let someone know that you were into them. So I don't know if you might be sending a message or someone else might be sending a message to you, but it does feel like it's going to require that you make a choice. And I would say know exactly what you want before we may get tempted by the wand if this is not something creative. I hope that helps, Miss Brandy. Let me know if it resonated for you there. All right, Miss Monique, and I believe Monique, aren't you a Leo rising, if I'm not mistaken? Let me see what's going on here for Miss Monique. I'm going to put my whole deck back in here since I'm going to be doing fire. I know that you had, I think, was it Virgo in your, yeah, I think it was Leo, because Virgo was either in your second house or third house or straddling like mine is. Mine's right at 15 degrees. So general question here. Okay, sacral chakra, much fears. Okay, so there's something here that you're feeling tethered or chained to, and that's crowning you. And remember, the other half, or the sister card to that, is the 1 + 5 is 6 of the Lovers. So with this Lovers energy here in reverse, that would not surprise me here if it's a choice regarding that. But you are standing your ground. You're pushing back on those fears here, honey. So, and also, in this particular card, it reminds me of Cinderella, because there's some kind of time that is of the essence here, because he went outside, it was something hasty because he had to go out and defend this piece of land, just metaphorically, and has on 2 different slippers. So it could be there's a glass slipper here that you leave behind. And once you conquer this fear, here comes someone bringing you your glass slipper. Is that what's going on here? Let's see, Four of Wands, the 11-11 energy, wanting to work on equal energy and action on both sides. Again, so Seven of Wands can be boundaries, standing your ground against your own fears and addictions, and working diligently for balance within any kind of one-to-one commitment. That can be business, that can be siblings, that can be children. So let me see if we can see what's more here. There's the Ace of Wands, and you're like, no, that's not good enough. You wanting more than that here. Yeah, Emperor energy, Aries energy there. The Four of Wands is right now at the Chiron, the healer. Okay, yeah, this is in your Ten of Pentacles, which does encompass the Ten of Cups. This is somebody that's already in your vicinity here, girlfriend. I don't know. They're causing some jealousy, strife, and competition. It's kind of irritating, but there's your energy there with that loyalty of the Knight of Pentacles. Maybe they're offering loyalty, and they're claiming that some Ten of Swords here is over. And when I did clarify the Lovers for the general reading, we got that Ten of Swords. So let's see if we can get any advice here for you. Cup of Love on offer, but the horse is not moving. Again, get clarity, hold your boundaries, and hold their feet to the fire, I would say here. Yeah, there's your, what I just said. Queen of Swords. Top of the reading here, Justice and Queen of Swords energy from someone in the past coming back towards you. Okay, use that discernment energy there. You have transformed as well. They might be up in their head about it, or this has caused you. She is holding that 10th sword. If we're counting 9 of swords plus the other sword is that 10, you could just be tempering out that energy. Be very, very clear, okay, on what you're intending to do, and then stick to that. Okay, it feels like there's some no pun intended here, some firmness needed, and not in that kind of way. All right, I hope that helps you, Miss Monique. It's coming at you, so Tom Petty, that business. Stand your ground there. Miss Judy Jude, open for discussion. Now, I haven't done your chart, so if you want to let me know what your ascendant is or remind me, that way I can know which deck to use for you. But I feel like I want to use Miss Peggy's deck here. Bottom of the deck, some kind of reunion energy. There's the Three of Cups. I love this deck because it has the Scarab Beetle. These are energetics of someone. It's like when you have that feeling that you become very fast friends and you feel like you've known them before. So reuniting perhaps with somebody either from past life energy or someone you became fast friends with. Okay. And maybe you're just talking to girlfriends. See how those two swords on the Seven of Swords is like sticking him to the past. And today's energy, I talked about the balsamic moon. That's when we're coming almost all the way down to the bottom of the coaster where we get off the ride and walk the park and decide where we want to ride next. So let me just get in general here. What's up for you? Split right there on the 10 of Cups. Split right there. That ain't bad apples. Now, why can't I get my hand wrapped around these? My hands feel a little sticky, even though I have the AC on 70. All right, here. And another split here. Yeah, we got what's in the general reading here. This could be someone from the past. Maybe I haven't spoken to them in a little bit. Maybe they broke your heart way back when. Let's see what's up here for Miss Judy Jude. Three of Pentacles, you're getting lots of threes. So some kind of new foundation here. That's collaborative energy. And we do see the new crescent moon here, which would be a new beginning, crescent moon waxing, and then we have the crescent moon waning, balancing it on the other side. We just got through the crescent moon waning. So a new beginning after an old ending. All right, that's going to be fueled by the Knight of Wands. That could be a creative collaboration here for you. Let's see what's bookending. 10 of Cups. This is somebody that you know and care about, or at least have before. And then the Three of Swords are in reverse. So it does feel like there's somebody wanting to make it right. Okay, somebody's wanting to make something right. Maybe this was an old partner. Maybe this was just somebody that you used to sit around and knit with, because I know you love to do that and you're so talented at it. Maybe this is somebody who taught you that, but this is definitely somebody that is in your 10 of Cups, right? This is rooted into the past there with these roots here at the bottom. And you guys seen how many times I've used this new deck, and 10 of Cups has never come out when I've used this deck before. Under the Knight of Wands here, 2 of Cups, a new offer of balance. It's more harmonized. Okay. Energy is balancing out here. All right. King of Swords in reverse under that 2 of Cups. Again, our situation is 10 of Cups, King of Swords. So make sure that you are clear what victory means to them here. Okay. Did I have a flyer? I don't think so. Let's get, oh, nope, that's still the 2 of Cups. All right. Let's get some advice for you here about whoever's wanting to make something right here and collaborate again. They do feel like they're coming in of a more balanced energy this time around. Yeah, they got some truth, and this feels like it's coming in hot here. Knight of Wands and Knight of Swords. Those are the fast energies. Again, Gemini, some Leo energy there. And then 2 of Cups would be where the sun is today, first decan of Cancer, and also Jupiter. So this might even be a lucky collaboration. Again, using that discernment. Yeah, this is an actual offer. I don't know if that's a job offer for you, honey, but this is time, energy, money, resources. This can be, there's a little mouse down here in the bottom, which is Hierophant energy for me, because that's in the that is in my animal deck that is called the Guardians of the Night. That's Hierophant in this deck. And it's about the Hierophant card is not taking over the family business. He's only doing it because he's supposed to. So maybe this is someone going, I was brought up to do XYZ, or I thought this is what I wanted there, but I figured that I want to take my own path, and now I'm a new person because of that. Okay, but they're making an offer of some kind here. Let me see if I can get a little bit more here. They have reached some kind of an ending. 10 of Swords under that on their own. Something with them has finished, and they want to get back in your good books here in the very least. And 3 of Swords in reverse, make something right. Anything else on this offer to Miss Judy? All right, 2 of Wands in reverse. So don't make a hasty decision. Get all the facts first, just the facts, ma'am. And it was a 2, so they could be saying they're ready to make a decision. So ensure you know the timeline of what this is, because they're not, especially with all the 3s, they're not allowed to hang on to stepping their foot in the past life and then wanting a new start with you and then pee all over today. So wise sage advice from Frank Orders. So thanks, Dad. Ace of Wands. Yeah, make sure that what they're saying is not just out of passion, and that they have actually made a decision. We've got crescent moon waning here, so this is could be very recent, and that is opposing the sun energy. They're saying they're making an offer, but I don't know if they've left the other thing behind yet. And very interesting here. See how even though there are two different decks, or I mean, two different cards here, two different female energies, she's holding the sun as a wand in each one, but the two of wands that was in reverse was that crescent moon waxing, which would have been over the weekend. And then in this one, she's holding the star. And we talked about that eye of the needle intentionality being attached to some kind of wish fulfillment. Okay, Miss Jude. I hope that helps. Let me know. Hope we're getting some clarity for you guys there. General ancestor for Miss Jonna. Yes, ma'am. That's going to be fun. Okay, ancestor message. Let's do it. Message from the ancestors. I'm going to get my nosy deck for that. That's my air energy deck. So 3 of Pentacles energy. Boy, is that crescent moon coming up a lot. This one is a new start. So this would be after the new moon, before we hit the first quarter. So that's going to be sometime between Wednesday of this week when we hit that new moon. We'll hit the first quarter about a week later. So feels pretty soon here. You're going to have to make some kind of a decision, or somebody, the ancestor message made a decision. You might see their reflection, or you see butterflies as a sign for you. Maybe there's some kind of reflection energy. Maybe you're reminded of them while you're at the water. Let's get an ancestor. Ooh, I just got chills down the back of my middle of my spine there. Ancestor message, 7 of Cups and Queen of Wands. So Aries and Scorpio energy there as a person seeing something very differently. They could have been very posh in their energy. I love the Queen of Wands as a champagne dreams on a beer budget kind of an energy. Maybe they had a beehive. I don't know. But what's interesting in both of these cards, this is all about masks. So certainly, if it has anything to do with Scorpio energy, I collect Scorpios as friends and family members. So I know my grandma Scorpio could literally do everything. She was always heavily involved in all the clubs. There's also a butterfly, a white butterfly there. She's also walking in water. And this beautiful white, it's like, I get to do all the things. I can spin as many plates as I want here. And the 4 of Cups on the bottom, maybe that's your energy of, yeah, but, this person leaving our lives left us a bit filleted here. And I feel like what you're not seeing, maybe they are sending you signs and signals, and you just haven't seen them yet. So perhaps being at the water will help you into it, or help you get those messages downloaded. And your own fatigue, 9 of Wands. Okay. If this was things left unsaid here, yeah, again, and this deck, 8 of Wands, there's another butterfly of transformation. In this deck, the wands are moving up towards spirit, and this is ancestor trying to pull you through a transformation, Jonna. She's trying to show you the way here. 8 of Pentacles underneath that. See how it's kind of ethereal? She's wearing this netting there. And then there are 2 girls here on the bottom. I don't know if this is a mothering energy, or an auntie, or just a mentor. Yeah, you still think a lot about this person. It feels though you're taking a turn here with the 5 of Cups in this deck because she's focusing on the 2 cups left standing rather than lamenting about the 3 that are overturned. And she's tethering and focusing herself back on her dreams. So maybe the messages are just starting to come in. I don't know if you have anyone, if this was some kind of a mentor, mother, auntie figure, perhaps, and there's the sister energy. One person can hear her messages, the other can't. Let's see, what does this person want to tell Jonna? I just keep like, I'm fabulous. Like, what does she want to tell you about your own transformation? That you're so smart, that you have all of this knowledge. You've just got to use your wings to fly because you can't stay in the cocoon, honey. If a butterfly, once it metamorphs into the butterfly from the caterpillar, if they do not successfully get out of that, right, they don't get to fly away. They have to leave. It's a no choice thing here. So it feels like they're wanting you to know, to please tap into all the knowledge and wisdom that you have. And again, there's all these white muslin, white dresses. All the figures are in here, and she's wanting to let you know that your transformation needs to be here. Yeah, there's something you need to walk away from that's blocking you from getting these messages. There's nothing to be done here, honey, of this past. This angel could be using her gorgeous green wings to fly, that chartreuse. She could be using those gorgeous green wings to fly, and she's walking only with a few of the veins of anything that was left there to be had. She doesn't want you to be, I don't know why I'm saying I don't know. She doesn't want you to be sad. She doesn't want you to stop doing your own thing. Okay. Again, learning. You're the guru, the shaman, the guide. And in order to not only get messages and receive them from her here, it's getting mucked up with some kind, something that is draining you of your energy. Okay. Look at that. All 3 in a row got major arcana here, honey. Walking away. You've already learned this lesson. You can see in the dark. She got eyes in the back of her head, on the sides of her head. She can see everything. Okay. So it feels very much like don't doubt yourself here. You're the senior queen of all the queens. There's Jupiter. She's trying to bring in messages and luck here. And there's something there with that Sun and Jupiter Sun and Cancer about facing up to the challenges with determination. Okay. That's coming in pretty strong. I hope that helps you. All right. Thank you, Miss Kat. Thanks for the birthday. Aw, thank you, Dawn. You're beautiful as well. Love it. I miss you. Miss you heaps. Oh, good. I'm glad that there's no accidents. Yep, that's right. Jupiter conjunct my sun. I just I'm at 0 degrees, 13 minutes Cancer. So that is also the start of my 12-year Jupiter cycle. So right at the beginning of a new 12-year cycle. Looking for those hearts, guys. I wanted to jump in here and bring readings to you to celebrate my birthday. So give me a heart there and feel free to ask a question, or if you just want whatever comes out. I'm happy to do that for you too. And let me know if those messages resonated with you guys so far. The temps did low 90s in Vegas, Peg. Thank you, Ed Sheeran. Yes, you look perfect tonight. I don't know who that was coming in for, but it was coming in pretty loud. You hit 100. Oh, no, thank you. Peggy, that is not sweater weather. That is not it. All right, Miss Kathy, let's get you here next. Thank you guys so much again for being here. Yeah, definitely make sure you're drinking a ton of water. Swords? What swords? I don't know what swords you're talking about. Yeah. Someone trying to pull the wool over, or is this just strategery here? All right, general message for Kathy. So guys, remember anytime a card hits the table, that's the energy that's available to us. It did come out in reverse. So it's like one last step, or there's some kind of a next step to your huzzah, Nine of Pentacles. And see how she's holding like the veil behind her, like they're her wings. Is there something that you need to fly from? I believe it's time for me to fly from first, and then this is available to you. You've got to take that leap here. Yeah. There's a 10, we got 10-10 energy here. So 10 of Wands is an energy of whatever you've collected, right? You just have to set that bundle down on your porch. And this figure is looking into the mirror of her past. And there's that faded energy here that we saw twice on the oracle deck. And then we also saw that Wheel of Fortune clarifying the Eight of Swords, something where we had not yet stood our ground, but shifting that energy is what initiates divine timing. Okay, these are the sisters, all the three sisters, right? The Clothos, and there's one that measures, one that cuts, and one that sees. What does, something you need to walk away from. So instead of going back to visit the same lake, follow a different tributary down the one that leads to the ocean here, because that's where you're fated to go. And then we get to upright that Nine of Pentacles, financial security there. Let me see if I can get, then it comes fast. Once you once you follow a new tributary, girl, then the heads of the horsers are in alignment. Head and heart are aligned. That activates your divine timing. So if this is not something, there's your discernment. You got to be balanced in head and heart about this. Let me see if I can get any more Three of Cups energy, reunion here. Celebratory energy. So that'd be when the sun hits that 10 degrees Cancer. It's about a degree a day, and we're on 2 degrees, 23 minutes this morning. So tomorrow will be 3 degrees, the next day, 4 degrees. Count out where 10 to 20 degrees is going to be for you on the calendar. That's when this celebration might be occurring here for you. What does Kathy need to walk away from in particular? Please and thank you, Spirit. Okay, Nine of Cups. You need to unlock something. So we need to, Nine of Cups is in reverse here. You need to tap into your joy. So I feel like it sounds like a good idea in your head, or something might be like stuck in your head. And this energy is literally sitting here waiting for you. But is it joyful? Is it joyful? Okay. Or is it just, well, it's logical. I do know you have you got a lot of that Aquarian energy in your chart, but once you unlock this, it's like, is it joyful? Because wherever this new tributary is, it's not just about financial abundance, it's about love and the diplomacy. The King of Cups doesn't always wear his heart on his sleeve, but he stands even in his energy of love in the face of total devastation around him. Let a tower fall, let something go here. because you're the one that can unlock your solar plexus, your third chakra. Kath, I would peaches. What about peaches? I don't know what that's about. Millions of peaches for me. I don't know why I just got peaches. That just came in. I don't know if that's somebody's nickname or somebody likes that kind of pie. I don't know. That just popped in there, but I think you're trying to take the strategical route, but it doesn't. If it's not filling you with joy, it's not the right route, honey. Yeah, King of Cups and King of Swords, balance of head and heart much. Any advice for Kath then? So you got to walk away from just what the head decision doesn't feel right to me. It needs to unlock your joy, and maybe your joy is what's blocking these energies from turning upright, because we got 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 99 problems, but what ain't one anymore? What can you leave behind in order to get your head and heart in alignment so that soul can drive the chariot? Because once you do, you're off to the races. So advice for you here, again, see the darkness and then the light on the other side. You're seeing something in black and white here. You're seeing that this or that is true. How can it be a win-win? How can this and that be true? How can it be money and unlocking your joy and wish fulfillment? What's hidden in the moon here? Queen of Cups for the King of Cups. Your intuition's blocked because it isn't bringing joy. It feels like it's a practical decision that maybe give you the ability to set down some kind of burdens of the past, but it feels like you're not willing to drop what's in one hand in order for it to be open and receive. Okay. I mean, double Cancer energy. This is this month, babe. Knight of Pentacles getting ready to take a leap of faith. There's a stable offer and there's loyalty here, but I feel like it means you need to be loyal to your heart first, just because it makes sense logically. This and that have to be true. Okay. I hope that helps you. Without knowing the specifics, that's what I got for you, sweetheart. Sweetheart, who is that? It's like sweetheart, but was little kids. Do little rascals do that? Who was that? Who's the little kid that like Humphrey Bogart, a mystery? But I got little rascals. I don't know why. You're getting all kinds of weird little downloads coming in and shooting in on me. I hope that helps you. Cannot believe it's going to be 100, Monique. No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, you're so welcome, Miss Judy. Yep, definitely keep on sewing because that brings you joy. Hey, Miss. Yep, that's right. One of my Scorpio collections, Miss Peg. My favorite people. Ms. Ash, thank you so much for coming in. Put that heart in the description box if you would like me to answer a question for you. Hey, Miss Marcia. Hello, hello. I don't know if you heard me say, so just in case you didn't, I said put a heart in there if you want a couple cards pulled here. We've been getting a lot of syncs with the general reading too. So 2 of Cups energy here, which I just got done saying is the energy of the sun and Jupiter, because we're in that first decan of Cancer. So I've been seeing that 2 of Cups quite a bit. All right, let's get 3 cards and a bottom card for you. Thank you guys again for being here, hanging out with me. I missed you so much. Like I said, it was just such a weird energy of like feeling and excitement because it's your birthday. And then at the same time, remembering there's, not your person there that you want to spend it with. All right. So we've got, like I said that we had a lot of synchronicity so far from the general spread, but this is in the near future energy here in the general spread. We got it coming up for you with some kind of reunion energy of the Three of Cups. I was just telling Kathy, we'll be hitting that Three of Cups energy once we hit 10 degrees Sun in Cancer. And effervescence. So, like your life energy, the effervescence within you feels like it's rising, and that's out of emotion. She's coming up out of water. It's a mix of water and air. She's making the symbol for divine masculine swords. And then right above her hands is one of these guys. So point facing down will be feminine energy of cups, air and water here in the mix. Let's see what's the crossing card. Four of Cups. This is somebody, could be an air sign, doesn't have to be, just somebody with their truth. We did have the situation as the King of Swords. Maybe somebody who feels a bit bruised and battered, but has moved on to calmer waters and wants to tell you about it, wants to finally get together. Okay. They come out of the hang tree, the hanged man tree. Let me cover up her privacy here. More creative energy. So you got creatrix, and then this hanged woman card, there is a web all around her. So definitely something creative here. Someone who has done a 180 and they're ready to move to calmer waters. But whoever it is, you've been an ever turning dream. This has been a seed that's been planted for quite a while. Up at the top of her head is a music box dancer. So this is connected to some ever-turning dream with luck. She's got 4-leaf clovers all around her waist. And Temperance, there's your Sag energy. And 10 of Cups. This is somebody that you know, okay? Telling you about their healing, perhaps. They feel pretty creamed there, pretty skewered, filleted, but they're wanting to tell you what they didn't see at the time. Why don't stop believing? That just popped in. Okay, so advice here is to hear them out. Let this burden be sat down. I feel like you're seeing, if this has been quite a while, you have gained quite a lot of wisdom in that time. And you might just see something totally different now. Yeah, this is somebody wanting to resurrect. This is Knight of Cups here. And she is adding a cup of water, trying to revive the statue. And more Seven of Wands, which we saw down here to clarify the Eight of Swords. It's going to have you be pausing for the cause here. Yeah, because if you're like, hurt me once, hurt me again, I thought that was over here. What is wanting to be resurrected here? I got a flipper. Yeah. The truth, and maybe you see it from a different way now that you're older and wiser and have more experience. This is a fated conversation, honey. It's a matter of time. There is a clock that's reflecting on the three fated sisters here. Queen of Pentacles on the bottom, and I didn't even put them back together. Yeah, 11. Four of Wands, which is where Chiron is sitting in the last few degrees there of Aries. This is a chance to heal this. And I feel like you're going to see something in a different way. They want to tell you how they struggled and turned it into wisdom now. But they never stop thinking. Again, that ever turning dream. They've done a 180 of some kind. Okay, advice for Marcia, please. Five of Pentacles. You've been asking for this. There's all these ribbons, the blue ribbons coming from the angel's hands here. Something you've been praying for, but they're like, we were giving this to you, but you just didn't see it that way. You didn't notice the blue ribbons, the throat chakras. Something you've been praying for, and they're like, this is the way that it comes, or this is why. Even though if it doesn't come in the way that you thought, this is an offer from spirit here. Again, fated energy. FAT, not D as in David. Fated, not faded. Yeah. Coming at you, Ten of Pentacles. Somebody's climbing out of an antiquated way of being. They're climbing out of their old life. Virgo energy there. What we have our new, we're at 20, we flipped down to the Sabian 22 Virgo and 22 Pisces. 22 Virgo is a royal coat of arms, preparing for high level responsibility. And we do that in order to overcome prideful self-love. Yeah, this is definitely someone from the past, feeling nostalgic. Could be a family member who was not speaking before. All those blue ribbons. Her head is literally sitting down on her throat chakra here. It's right on her clavicle. This is someone who hasn't spoken up before. I hope that helps you. It feels pretty intense, but there's a lot of, it looks like this used to be a lot of fun. And this is very healing, and Spirit's trying to help bring this communication together, because it's for the benefits of both. For the benefits of both. Okay, I hope that helps. Miss Ash, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. I was telling everybody at the beginning I had to count on my fingers to try to figure out how old I was. Can't believe it. Like, what the what? Miss Ashley. Don't you love how I say 3 cards in a bottom card and it's no such thing? I hope you don't mind. You know I get going if I get on the thread. All right. 3. There's a 3-2-1 this week. Tomorrow with the Jupiter Cazimi. It's at 3 degrees 21 minutes. I was supposed to stop there. Ace of Pentacles fueling on the bottom here. Victory after a long battle is crowning you here, Ashley. This is something that's been maybe a bit of a rough go, but there's tangibility here on offer. This Ace of Potential is a tangible offer. Time, money, energy, resources, assets, skill sets. Okay. And then on either side, yeah, after the 5 of Wands, maybe even a bit of backstabby energy, someone who is perhaps keeping something on the down low, even if it was cutting off their own nose to spite their own face. They, this could be looking at the darker energies or looking at victory over this in the past of, you know what, I used to let that get me down and I used to overthink. And now I'm just focused on where I want to go. This beautiful red rose is in blossom here. This is an offer of victory. Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck here. Some kind of rejuvenation energy, wanting to There's the Queen of Swords of discernment. So if somebody's wanting to rejuvenate some kind of old emotional energies and make you an offer here, this is a test of discernment. Okay. Eight of Cups, King of Pentacles pairing. So this could be someone who is saying, I'm not so selfish anymore. They're not hanging on to the purse strings as much. Give me more on this Ace of Pentacles for Ashley, please. Yeah, something you've manifested, you've been waiting on a little while. Three of Wands, crossed by Page of Cups. You've done the work here. You've looked at your skeletons of the past in order to fill your own heart's cup and understand what you want looking to the future. Because you've done that work, you're manifesting from a place of love and out of like honesty with yourself. That's wonderful. And then as she looks forward into the future, the sun is hazy, but the look on her face from looking at those ghosts or skeletons of the past to the difference of how her face is so serene looking into the future. You've done the work here. Yeah, you walked towards your own truth. You weren't scared. I like that. This is pretty in and out. Like this is like done deal here. Advice for Ashley. You did the work here. Very happy to see that. That is not easy. Yeah, this is a choice here. So you are sharing your esoteric wisdom here as the Queen of Cups, and then we've got the King of Cups energy revealing the cards beneath his vest. And he's holding a lock in the left hand and then reaching for her hand. Somebody wants to seal the deal with you. What's the lockdown about, though? What are they? Are they still mad about anything? Make sure everything gets out on the table, because the way that they make this offer or present their choice, you might be like, that doesn't sound very enticing. But it is. I think maybe get past this Gemini energy here with the moon and Gemini, because that can be challenging energy, something coming at you fast here. Maybe this choice is making someone else upset that you've made this choice. I feel like information. I feel like you're already decided here. Again, back to our opening oracle. Stay tuned to what your dreams are. And if this person here in the past that was cutting off their nose to spite their own face, if they don't get their way, or if you don't choose them or something, they might have a few choice words. I don't care about that, as long as your intention and you are clear on what you want, and as long as you display that same clarity and not this confusion, because they had you all caught up in the past with their bullshit. This is someone just that likes to fight, perhaps here, causing some kind of ruckus. And maybe you were like, okay, I need to do a better job of protecting my energy, because when I look back in the past, if there's a pattern of wounded people coming your way, you're changing that. Tap more into your esoteric knowledge there, girlfriend, and be very, very intentional with your words, even if it pisses them off. I hope you don't care, because you got to do you. You got to do you. I hope that helped you. I hope that helped. You're so welcome, Miss Jonna. I hope that helped you. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Nicole. Miss Cancer Rising. All right. Let's see. I got Jonna. I got now Miss Nicole, Cancer Rising. I'm going to get out my mermaid deck for Cancer Rising energy. All righty, Rue. Isn't this a beautiful deck? This is the stained glass. I've never even seen it before. Stained glass tarot. It's really beautiful. The first time I ever scried, I didn't even know I could, was in a stained glass window when I was out minding my business walking Lola. And it started moving in front of me like a cartoon picture show. It was wild. All right, here, Miss Nicole. Being very diligent about what we're learning. We're learning how to stand in our emotions and take hard emotions and temper lead into gold here. Temperance always designates time. And so does Knight of Pentacles. It's the slowest knight, but it's the most loyal one. You stay loyal to working on this so that you'd no longer be a prisoner of your own mind. And you're saying yes to things. Page of Wands, throwing caution to the wind. Perhaps there's a love situation here you've outgrown, because once these sea creatures have outgrown this cup, they don't even sit and think about it, right? That's not something they go, well, should I, shouldn't I? No, they just get up and go like crabs, right? If it's outgrown its shell, it doesn't sit and hem and haw about whether he's going to go or not. He just knows that it doesn't fit anymore. So maybe that's a similar kind of situation for you here. Just saw the Empress energy. Two more. Thanks so much for double tapping that screen, guys, and hitting the like button for me. I appreciate you. Cancer rising for Nicole. I don't know why I want to do my 3-card, like split the deck there. Crowning your energy right there, Cancer. So I love this Chariot card because two people are equally getting that seahorse ready for the trip. And also, this could be some kind of role reversal because the masculine seahorses carry the fertilized eggs, and crossing that is something that's been a brewing for a hot minute here. Whatever's been under the iceberg is only is a way bigger portion than that what was on the top. Yeah, some big happiness here. Whoo! Cancer again. And there's our King of Swords that we saw in the situation as far as the general, for the general reading. So Aquarian energy, discernment, balancing of head and heart. Okay. And again, these balanced yin and yang energies here. It's not just one person, it's two. In the past, a 180. Okay, so maybe feeling a bit stuck and upside down in your own energy. And in the near future, 9 of Pentacles, getting some hot tub time in, are you? This is kind of like alone time of like, Calgon, take me away. Maybe you're finally getting to relax because somebody else here is stepping up and partnering and bringing this happiness in. You're like, it feels like it's about damn time kind of energy for some reason. Oh, I'm getting an ear squeeze. And 9 of Pentacles is all about stability. I'm stable in my own right. It's pillar of the community energy traditionally. This person, though, instead of being like prominent holding their falcon, they're like, I just need a hot minute. I just want Calgon to take me away because I'm enjoying this alone time. Maybe it's because you're always around a partner, or this is a business partner, another person here. And you're like, maybe that's why you're enjoying your alone time so much. Maybe you didn't used to. Maybe you've done a 180 on really just now enjoying your time alone. Can I get, what is this brewing here? What is this 7 of Pentacles? She's getting ready to pop. She's very pregnant in that picture. And then there's Sun energy, which is the happiest card in the deck. The ultimate happiness is getting ready to be heading your way. Okay, there is the Page of Pentacles that flipped here. Rainbow energy. Taste the rainbow. There are also, so that's collaboration. That's a brand new start. It could be community. And again, it feels like maybe you're not ever alone and you're like, can a girl just get some alone time here? What is this offer being fueled by? Five of Wands. Now, in this case, all of the energies have joined forces and they are fueling. See how that looks when you have the bottom of the deck energy in your environment. This is everybody coming into agreement. Whereas every single other deck I have, the Five of Wands, is there's jealousy, competition going on. It's the ball hogger of the soccer team. You know, when little kids play, there's one person who wants to showboat, but this is about unity here. It feels like it's been a long time coming for some reason. What's under that Five of Wands? Feeling stuck in a cage. She was reaching for just one more piece of gold, and had she just taken the gold that she already had, she would have swam away free and clear. But something had you caught up in this net for a hot minute, okay, in the past. And I want to break free here, Freddie Mercury. Hierophant, you're learning. This is knowledge that was hard won for you. What about advice for you moving forward now that these outer energies are more unified? What flipped here? Oh, you're about to be surprised, especially with Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Wands is normally standing your ground and taking the high road on something. But in this deck, it's about going about your daily business, going for your daily dive, and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, mer people exist. You're shocked, you're surprised. That is that Uranus energy. We are at the symbol of a peacock parading on an ancient lawn, which is about embellishing our complete life expression becomes our central purpose. Ooh, getting an ear squeezy there. So our complete life expression. You're like, I'm more than just a mom. I'm more than just in this partnership. I'm more than just the head of a team. What surprises you? Around you, it's like this could even be if there's kind of some boredom or holding back or just feeling bored. Whatever's about ready to be birthed here is going to surprise you. You're going to taste the rainbow here. Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups, you haven't yet seen. Maybe you were holding back on tempering some kind of old pain, and you're like, nope, I'm not upset. There's only a waterfall of emotions behind her, but she's brushing her hair, pretending to be not bothered. Maybe this is shocking to somebody else that you want some alone time. I don't know. If you're enjoying it so much. There's more to you than just being parts of a whole, okay? All right, advice for you is to stand your ground here and make sure you stand up for what you want. And if it's not exciting, don't accept it. I feel like you'd rather, if it's not exciting in this scenario, you're just like, well, I know what's going to be exciting. Calgon, take me away. Let me know if that is hitting, because otherwise, here we got 77, 44, Queen of Cups, King of Swords. After, yeah, like feeling caged in, like you're stuck in something you couldn't get out of, perhaps. And it didn't feel very exciting, but life's about to pick up speed here, whatever this is. Can I get anything more on that surprise? Maybe Uranus and Taurus here. We already saw the Four Cups. It's on offer. It's sitting right there. Strength card, balance. cutting away what was holding us under that water, because had she not cut away those, that net of what was holding her back, that high priestess energy of the whale would have never been able to take a breath. So I think you're surprised that something's balancing out. Yeah. Again, she's alone, like learning that really how much she does enjoy her solitude is what that feels like, Nicole, just as a general reading there. So I hope that helps you even just a little bit. I hope so. I hope so. All right, let me check and make sure I'm not missing the peaches with Georgia. Oh, you know what? Peaches are also on the Taurus card. I forget who I was saying that for, but let me just show you in case that means anything for you here. Peaches, peach roses on the Taurus energy. Earthy, practical, steadfast, productive, fertile, tactile, ample, worthy, ripe, pleasure seeking, sensuous, blooming, solid, possessive, tenacious, loyal, patient, and deliberate. If that adds any extra flavor for you. All right. Oh, your solar plexus chakra is blocked. Look up the frequencies. Just type in healing solar plexus frequencies. Absolutely, Miss Michelle. You want to give me your rising or your sun or anything like that, or any I can ask about Venus, or I can just pull a general spread here. I'm not sure what your signs are. Miss Michelle. Nova, did that help at all? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Sun and Jupiter are aligning tomorrow at 3 degrees 21. Are you ending a cycle of some kind because you've come into alignment and your fiery energies? Now that fire, even though this is swords energy with that eye of intentionality, there's an awful lot of fire around there. And there's some purple third eye energy right there in the center. And of course, we got the fates and written in the sky, Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Queen of Cups, your intuition's coming back on there with that third eye, that purple third eye energy. Passion may have been ignited here. There's your crowning card. 8 of Pentacles, balance on both sides. This is teamwork energy. This is an energy of delegating. How we saw in the recent past, energy here of the general spread, instead of doing the most, you realize how precious your time is. And I knew I mentioned that purple for a reason. This frog, which is leap of faith, full energy for me, is protected. So amethyst is a stone of protection. The soldiers used to wear it under their armor to keep them safe in battle. We've got the elders energy there with that elk. And today's sun. So the symbol is a man bundled up in fur leading a shaggy deer. That's not a shaggy deer. It looks like a pretty royal deer. He's very, very proud, facing up to challenges pragmatically, yet with ardent determination here. Bottom of the deck, what you are challenging is 88. What you are challenging is getting caught up in your own mind about willful blindness. I mentioned that 2 of Pentacles for a reason, girl. There it is. You don't have to entertain anybody and do the most. Okay. That's what's tamping down. That's what's tamping down luck here. So you've got 88 and 22 coming in. All right. 5 of Swords on the left here. In the past, did someone, are you healing some kind of 5 of Swords here with somebody? This is play stupid games, get stupid prizes. Could be in relation to a relationship, since that's the penguin and mate for life. That's a card of it's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. And maybe if you were just too busy to see because you were doing the most, and now that you're delegating and your energy is more balanced, you're able to better tap into your intuition here. 3, 2, oh, I wanted to be right there. There you go. Queen of Pentacles made it to the senior class. And outgrowing old ways in love. I just talked about that. If you want to rewind, if you didn't hear about the sea creatures moving out of their shells or out of their what their containers are once they outgrow it. They don't think about it. They just go. Okay. And what you weren't happy with here, there's something else on offer here once you shift your energy to see it and you're not spinning all the plates. So there's the frog. there's your leap of faith. You're moving from one type of life to the other, moving from the water to ground. And yeah, you whatever this lesson is, you've learned it. It's taken you a hot minute, but you get in there. And we do have, let's see what's in Taurus. I just talked about Uranus at the last 40 minutes there. As of this morning, we're at that 29, or the anaretic degree, the SATs. And it's like, this is something you get the reward for passing the test on, especially if it's been a long lesson. Let's look at advice for you regarding, I don't know if this is a new cup of love for you, because your own energy, once you made it to your senior year here, metaphorically, of course, you see that it's like you don't have problems leaving what you've outgrown. You're not overthinking it anymore. Yeah, you're having more fun. So advice for you is this: if this is a renewal of a cup of love, you're going to see it from a senior year perspective rather than a freshman perspective. You've learned more. You understand now how to protect your heart as the Queen of Pentacles. If you outgrow something, you outgrow something. And that just means it's time to go. That's all. And even if that's in a new direction, it's like, well, we've got to do things very, very differently. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. You walked away from old hurts. 5 of Cups is old energy, guys. That is really hard to trudge through. Scorpio energy. Scorpio's been kicking booty, man. At Black Moon Lilith, we're thankfully, where we at 9 degrees 51 minutes. So we got 9 more minutes or so of Black Moon Lilith in this 5 of Cups. So in this deck, it's my favorite 5 of Cups, because the lesson here is, instead of focusing on the boo-hoo of the 3 cups that are spilled, they are respecting each other, and they are not losing the love that they have had their whole entire lives, maybe since childhood. They just see that she's a ghoul and he's a selkie, and they're 2 different beings. He's never going to live on land with her, and she's never going to live under the water, right? You're moving from water to land here in some respect, and then facing the balance. This was thrown me, it just can't be, but there's a huge amount of respect here when you're walking into towards your 2 of Cups and your lighthouse. Yeah, you ain't scared anymore. The Devil in reverse. You see this as just a truth as it is, without the harsh emotions of regret. It feels like this has been a long time coming. Anything, what's ahead with that 2 of Cups? And this new start energy from a more, again, think about the difference between ourselves from freshman year to senior year, right? Oh, good, Marcia. That was, see, and I don't know what the hell I say until I go back and watch it. So I'm just going. I'm just in the flow and channeling. So I'll have to go. I'll just take your word for it. Okay. Where are you walking towards? Oh, ultimate happiness with an emperor energy who dead sexy and who also lives in their own truth. Okay. A lot of fire, Leo energy there with the sun and the King of Wands. I mean, he's a shark. He is this is hyper vigilance here about the truth. And of course, the Emperor energy, Neptune, Aries Aries is in that Neptune is in Aries right now, a cameo profile of a man in the outline of his country. That's about seeing ourselves in the context of being in relation to others. Okay. So Neptune, the planet of dreams and illusions, is I see the truth here with this fiery energy that Aries helps us take action toward our dreams rather than stay one more hot minute in the water energy of that. We were in Pisces, what, 14 years, something like that, if I remember right. Yeah. Uh, fast, passionate communication, 8, 9, and 10, Saggy energy there. You're going for it. You are going for it. It's only waiting on your decision. It's your choice here. Everything looks good, but you do gotta have respect and understand what this lesson was for you and not to you is what I'm getting there. Okay. I hope that helps you, ma'am. Missy May. Let's see what else we got here. I just love these cards, you guys. If you do end up getting them, they shuffle like a freaking dream. I could just sit there and shuffle them forever. They're awesome. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. Yep, 321. Definitely tomorrow. What time is that happening? 11:44 p.m. But we're already starting in the energy of that. We'll be feeling it for a while. So, okay, that worked for you, Nicole. Good. Okay, good. Your Scorpio sun as well too. Oh wow, Michelle. Like, yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Okay, well, good. I'm so happy. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Marcia, for saying that. I pour a lot in because you guys pour a lot into me, and this is what is making me feel normal right now. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy. This was certainly a hell of a general reading. I can't wait to watch it back. Because it was what I was talking about in my notes today, all that swords energy, and it is challenging. I know for me when the moon is in Gemini, because it just feels so different than the Cancer energy, right? So, oh, I love you too. You're so welcome. Absolutely. Yep. You're so welcome, guys. Thank you so much for all the love and support you show me. Um, you keeping me on track here. So I appreciate you very much. You are my heart, and thanks for helping me celebrate in a way that I know he would be very proud of because he was my biggest cheerleader, stepping out of teaching and teaching in this way. So, which is way more fun. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you had as much fun as I did. I love seeing you guys too. Bye bye for now, and I'll see you guys next time.